You think your dog licks you just because it loves you wrong. Behind that warm tongue and those seemingly random licks lies an intricate emotional language that humans rarely recognize. Have you ever noticed that whether you're happy or sad, just sitting down will draw your dog close, licking your hand, then gazing at you with eyes that make all worries fade away? Is that instinct or something deeper, a way for them to communicate comfort and say I love you in their own way? Scientists have discovered that when dogs lick you, they aren't merely showing affection, they are also reading your emotions, sensing stress hormones, and even trying to heal you in a way nature has programmed through thousands of years. In today's video, you'll uncover the astonishing truth behind that simple act, from evolutionary instincts, loyal emotions, to the tiny moments making the bond between you and your dog more sacred than ever. Because sometimes one small lick is enough to speak what the heart cannot. Part 1. Stretch of love. When the dog greets you with a bow. Have you ever noticed when you enter a room, your dog lowering its front body, stretching its legs, lifting its hind, then letting out a yawn as if bowing to you? Many think it's just post-nap stretching, but it means far more. In canine body language, this is an emotional greeting, their way of saying, I'm happy to see you. Behaviorists call this the play bow. For puppies, it's a signal to play. But when a grown dog does it toward you, it means in their eyes you're not just a master, you are part of their pack. Someone they want to connect with, share joy and positive energy. Often right after that stretch, the dog approaches, licks your hand softly, or looks at you with glistening eyes full of trust. It's their way of saying, I'm happy you're here. Those simple actions are part of a silent language where every move carries heartfelt emotion. Never dismiss those moments, because to a dog that is as meaningful as a good morning of love. A returned gaze, a gentle stroke, or just a smile enough to soothe that little heart. Dogs don't need words, they just need to feel your warmth. Does your dog greet you like this when you come home? If so, share that moment. Behind every stretch bow lies a small story about joy, connection, and the purest love you can find in life. But the next behavior is even more intimate. Sometimes instead of just stretching, the dog moves closer and touches you with its tongue filled with emotion. Part 2. Lick of trust. The lick of trust. When your dog comes close and gently licks your hand, cheek, or even face, it's not a random act. In their world, the tongue is one of the most important emotional languages. From puppyhood, they lick their mother's face, a way of begging for care and protection. Over time, that becomes a symbol of bonding, trust, and unconditional love. As adults, dogs keep that instinct, now directed toward you instead of their mother. In every soft lick, they are saying, I feel safe with you. Just as humans hug to feel closeness, dogs lick to touch the one they love. To them, it's a ritual of belonging, the only way to say, you're my family. Interestingly, many studies show that when dogs lick their humans, both release oxytocin, the bonding hormone. The same reaction occurs when mothers hold babies or lovers embrace. So when your dog licks your hand after a long day, it's more than affection, it's a way to calm stress and return both of you to a peaceful state. Maybe that's why, no matter how tired or silent you feel, the dog comes, rests its head on your knee, and licks your hand. No words, no sounds, just warm breath and sincere presence. In that moment, it is saying, I am here. You're not alone. If you felt that, remember that light touch of a wet tongue seems small, but holds a world of trust and unconditional love. Sometimes these small beings teach us what true love really is. Yet that's only half the story. Sometimes that lick is not only about affection, but how the dog reads your emotions, something science is just beginning to understand. Part 3. Reading you through. Taste. When the dog tastes your emotions. Have you ever noticed how your dog seems to know exactly when you're sad, worried, or trying to hide emotion? Sometimes you sit quietly, sigh, and it approaches and gently licks your hand. Not because you ate something tasty, but because that lick is its way of reading your mood. Science confirms this. When humans are sad, stressed, or scared, our bodies release different hormones, cortisol, adrenaline, etc. These change our skin's odor and taste, which dogs can detect. Their noses and tongues are thousands of times more sensitive than ours. A single light lick can tell them something is off with you. A study in Neuroscience Letters showed that dogs can distinguish human emotions from sweat and tears. When an owner is stressed, cortisol rises, and just by breath or skin scent, a dog can sense it. So when your dog licks you, it's not just affection, it's a deeply empathetic response. They don't need your words. They just touch, sniff, taste, and feel. Then by instinct, they know what to do. Lie beside you, rest its head on your leg, or lick again as if saying, I understand. I'm here with you. Perhaps that is what makes dogs so extraordinary. They do not judge, do not question, do not care whether you're strong or fragile. They just sense, then love you in the truest way they know, with that warm tongue. If you've had a bad day and your dog still comes and licks your hand as if to erase your worries, remember you just received the most natural psychological comfort nature has given. For dogs, licking is not just an action, it's how they connect soul to the one they love. But sometimes that behavior has another meaning, not just reading you, but healing both. And that part makes scientists truly amazed. Part 4. Comfort gesture. The lick to console, the soothing. Lick. There are days when you say nothing. You sit silently, eyes adrift. The world around you seems quiet. Then your dog comes, rests its head on your knee, and gently licks your hand. No fanfare, no judgment, no comforting words. Just a faint lick enough to soften your heart. That is one of the most magical acts a dog can do. They sense sadness, fatigue, and the voids that sometimes human words cannot fill. When they lick you in such moments, it isn't play nor habit, it's their way of saying, I know you're hurting and I am here. Animal behavior experts call this comfort. Licking, a behavior that expresses empathy and bonding. In wolf packs, when one is injured or weak, others approach and lick around wounds or the face, a gesture of reassurance. After thousands of years of evolution, that instinct persists in our beloved dogs today. Sometimes that licking makes you smile through tears. It doesn't heal all wounds but reminds you you're not alone. There is a small creature who, without understanding fully, is willing to stand by you. If you've experienced such a moment, know that your dog is not only soothing you, but also seeking solace for itself. When it licks you, their body releases oxytocin, bonding hormone, helping both of you calm and relax. It's a mutual empathy, requiring no words yet profound in meaning. Perhaps your dog is saying, don't worry, I am here and you are loved. In a busy, cold world, that small lick might be enough to soften the human heart. But sometimes the lick is not only emotional comfort, it also carries an ancient instinct of healing, and that part has scientists truly intrigued. Part 5. Healing tongue. When dogs lick wounds, an ancient healing instinct. Since ancient times, people noticed that injured animals often lick their wounds, and somehow they recover faster. Many believed this was random instinct, but reality is deeper. In dog saliva resides an enzyme called lysozyme, which can kill certain bacteria and help cleanse wound surfaces. Studies in the American Veterinary Journal have shown that when dogs gently lick minor scrapes, enzymes like lysozyme plus compounds such as peroxidase and defensins may help prevent infection to some degree. That is why the lick-to-heal instinct has been preserved through millennia, not only in dogs but many animals, cats, monkeys, etc. But for dogs, this action isn't just a biological reflex, it's infused with emotion. When you scratch or tumble and get hurt, your dog often comes and licks the area. Not because it thinks it is a doctor, but because its reassurance instinct kicks in. It smells discomfort or blood and wants to do something, even if only a gentle lick to ease your pain. This healing behavior is a loving reflex that science is still exploring. What's more surprising is when a dog licks you, it is also healing itself. That action releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone, helping it feel calm, connected, and secure. Like you hugging someone after distressed dogs lick to soothe their own anxiety and affirm connection with you. Of course, veterinarians caution that if a wound is deep or infected, letting your dog lick it directly is unwise since their saliva also has species-specific bacteria. But emotionally, when your dog lowers itself and licks your wound, what it conveys is more than instinct, it's primitive empathy. It's like it is saying, I can't fix you, but I will try by being here. And sometimes that alone feels like a miracle. Just like humans, love can be overwhelming. Some dogs lick incessantly, not because they love more, but because inside them something's unsettled. And that is what we explore next. Part 6. Too much love. When licking becomes a sign of anxiety, a dog's love can be so strong that it becomes worry. Have you seen your dog licking continuously even after you've petted or said that's enough? Initially, you might consider it affection, but sometimes excessive licking is a silent plea. Behavioral experts call this compulsive licking, a repetitive behavior used to soothe stress. Like humans biting nails when anxious dogs lick as a method of self-calming. When left alone too long sensing changes in the home or after scolding, they might turn to licking as their only coping mechanism. Some dogs lick to the point of raw skin hair loss or even infection in the areas they lick. Sadly, they don't realize they harm themselves. It is all anxiety, a desire for attention, reassurance, or contact. If your dog exhibits such behavior, don't scold them. Instead, look deeper. Perhaps they are missing time with you or feeling insecure about changes around them. A few extra minutes of petting, reassurance, or walks each day can soothe that little heart. Experts in the Journal of Animal Behavior suggest observing when and how often the dog licks. If it coincides with anxiety, fear, or isolation, consult a veterinarian. Sometimes adjusting routines, more walks, or simply more presence is enough to restore balance. Because sometimes too much love isn't the problem, it's too little inner peace. And in your dog's eyes, you are the only safe space it has. A dog's lick, whether to greet, red emotions heal, or comfort, springs from one place, the most loyal heart in the world. They don't need words or explanations. They only need you to understand every lick is a pure declaration of love. But the emotional journey doesn't end here. There is another secret in their gaze, the reason why dogs tilt their heads when we speak. That will be the story of the next video. Now you know every lick from your dog isn't random. It's a silent speech, an invisible thread connecting two hearts, a human heart and a creature who stays loyal, loving you in the purest way it can. When it stretches, when it gazes at you with clear eyes, when it licks your hand in silence, that's not habit. That's a message: I trust you. I choose you. You are my world. A dog's love is not loud, not ornate, but enduring and pure in an almost strange way. They don't know how to say I love you, but they know how to make you feel it through every touch, every breath, every soft lick. Maybe we busy humans should learn from them. Love quietly, but feel deeply. And the next time you come home, your little dog rushes over, licks your hand, then gazes at you with eyes full of joy. Pause a moment, smile, and softly say, I love you too, little one. Because sometimes what they need isn't a reward, but to hear your heart return their message. How does your dog usually show affection? Via licks, glances, or just quietly lying next to you? Share that moment in the comments. Each story is part of a simple yet beautiful love. In the next video, we'll explore another mystery. Why do dogs tilt their heads when we talk? That gesture seems cute, but it reveals astonishing emotional intelligence in them. If this video helps you better understand your dog, stick around, because the journey to knowing and loving them has only just begun.